Hello, I'm Paul Massey.
I am Preston Tischer.
My name's Andrew Predzimierski.
And I'm here to answer some of the fan and customer questions that we've gotten on the products.
All right, so what can you do with the Arges that you can't do with the traditional spotlight? So the Arges allows for a full 360-degree turn of the light, so you can shine in any direction of the vehicle.
Well, it all starts with the install process. We're no longer required to drill through the A-pillar like a traditional spotlight. We have vehicle-specific fender mounts, driver and passenger side.
One of the things that you can do with the Arges spotlight that you couldn't with a traditional spotlight is mount it on vehicles that you never could have a fender mounted spotlight before. Vehicles like the Tesla, for example, we have an Arges mount for the fender of a Tesla Model Y.
We have an option where you have a dual optic flood and spot, where you have that tight spot and a large flood as well built into one light head.
The other thing you can do with it is tie it in with our control systems for automation. And I think we have a question related to that. Can you automate its features with Core? So Core is our control system, right? And when you integrate or tie in your Arges Spotlight with that, you still maintain manual functionality with the paddle. You can point it in any direction you want, like a traditional spotlight, full 360 degrees of motion. But when you tie it in with that control system, that Core, you gain full automation.
You have the ability to program in intelligent control features where you don't need any operator input to use the Arges. When you're responding to a call and you're going through intersections or you're going through busy traffic, you can use the Arges to do an intersection sweep where it's awake and it's sweeping left to right, which gives you another pop of color and more visual for the motoring public to get out of your way.
You can also automate with park modes and things like that when you're automating through CanPort, that the spotlight automatically shines through the rear window of a vehicle. You can have your takedown functionalities, you can have alley light functionalities, all automated. One of the fun things that we've been able to do with it that we've found to be quite helpful is tying it in with steering wheel functionality as well. So you can, we read positions of the steering wheel through CanPort in the vehicle, and as the steering wheel is moving 5 degrees, 10 degrees, 20 degrees, the Arges Spotlight is actually moving with it. So you now have a spotlight that is tracking the direction and the motion the vehicle is going on the road, providing that enhanced visibility without an officer or other first responder having to take their hands off the wheel.
And that's one of the great benefits of Arges, is no other spotlight in the industry can do things like this.
Next question that came in was, are there any plans on updating the design of the Arges control head? That's an interesting question. I'm kind of glad that people have asked that because we have been having those conversations internally. Arges has been out for a few years now, and while we like the design of the control head, we have heard from some users that it's a little bit difficult to learn, especially when you've been using for your entire career as a first responder a traditional spotlight. So we have had some conversations, so maybe you'll see that coming down the line.
What is the warranty? So we have a 10-year warranty on the Arges light head, and it's a 2-year warranty on the motor assembly.
Does it come in different warning colors, Duo and Trio? It does not. Right now it's just a standard spotlight, like an A-pillar light.
Right now, our primary focus is replacing that traditional spotlight, and so we want to get as much punch out of that white lighting as possible. So there are other considerations that we have to think of when we look at Duo and Trio and adding additional colors to make sure that we can maintain that optimal white lighting output.
Why don't you make a magnetic version? You really want to have a strong mechanical connection for rigidity since this thing's sitting on the front fender.
Arges was intended to replace a traditional spotlight, and traditional spotlights have always been mounted sort of in that pillar location near the fender where we currently mount Arges today.
The reason why we don't make a magnetic version is the reliability of magnets, especially traveling at high speeds. The most reliable way to mount something is permanently.
Are there any plans for an Arges integrated control head? Right now, we don't have any plans for an Arges integrated control head. We have talked about making a control head similar to our rotary knob control head, that would replace that rotary knob with an Arges paddle. But there are some complexities with the design and the engineering that would go into that. And so at this time, we haven't started down that path, but they are conversations that we have had. So we have some questions on the durability of Arges. One of them is Arges waterproof? With a follow-on question, is the control head waterproof?
The Arges light head itself is fully IP67 rated, so it's fully waterproof. The housing that it sits on is water resistant, so you can't dunk it in a pool of water, but it will take water spray, rain, the usual outside elements, or car wash. The control head itself is a spill proof that we do a test here, so you can spill coffee, water, soda in it, and it will function as properly. Will it freeze in cold weather?
So right now we've tested Arges to minus 30 degrees Celsius, and in those conditions it still operates as intended, its normal functionality. We have also tested it with solid ice frozen on it, so we spray it with water in a freeze chamber and get a solid coating of ice, and we are still able to operate it. Even when the ice is solid around its base, the motors have been able to overcome that ice buildup and break free in most of those applications. Obviously, there are some applications where you're going to get such a thick layer of ice that Arges won't be able to spin. The really nice thing about it being an automated spotlight is the motors have fail-safe modes, so they will not break themselves trying to free Arges. They will eventually say, nope, I can't free myself, I'm giving up, and they'll stop trying to fight that movement to preserve and protect the motor from failing. Why should I upgrade to Arges? That's a good question for someone in sales.
Why should I upgrade to Arges? So with Arges, it's not just a one-dimensional product. It's not just a spotlight, especially when you're pairing it with our core. You're gonna get the intelligent control benefits and features, and it's all about improving operator safety. Now, another thing is the install advantages you get with it. You're not wasting time drilling through the A-pillar anymore. You're not compromising that structure of the vehicle any longer. It's a quick and easier install compared to an A-pillar mounted spotlight. And if you don't want to drill into your fender, we do have light bar mount options where we have a platform that attaches to the bottom of your light bar where the Arges can be used just with the light bar.
I would think if you want a better performing spot and floodlight that you can use 360 around the vehicle to help illuminate situations, I think it's the best choice. And you don't risk damage to the vehicle by drilling into the A-pillar.
I feel that Arges is worth upgrading to because it's the first innovation in spotlights for first responder vehicles in decades. And when you tie it in with our core family of control systems, it really opens up an endless world of possibilities for automation. It offers the potential to give a driver or a first responder operability of both a driver and passenger side spotlight, which they never had before, without reaching across the entire vehicle and trying to grab that other handle. So, there are tremendous benefits from Arges as a product, operating it as a standalone and operating it when combined with our core control systems for enhanced automation. I appreciate everyone taking the time to send in their questions on Arges. We love to see the enthusiasm and the excitement around this product. As I hope it came across from me, we are really excited here at Whelen about Arges, and not only the current possibilities, but the future possibilities for this product.
Well, we appreciate all the feedback and all the questions on social media. Please keep all the questions coming.
Do not hesitate to reach out to your distributor, to your authorized managing sales representative, or your regional sales manager, as they are happy to hear that and funnel it back to us here at Whelen so that we can continually improve these products for you in the future.